Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is the Daily Rage. Let's take a look at what happened in the markets this week and see if we can figure out where we may go from here. So, a lot of consolidation this week on the Dow, although we did have some nice range today, got above that turning line, which is great. So, I'm just going to leave really most of this as is, maybe put that down a little bit, but everything else can stay put. Let's go to the micro S&P. Okay, we did take out target 1 to the short side here. Again, like a lot of consolidation. This one kind of fell down a little bit, recovered today, so that's cool. Let's just bring this down here. We can actually flip-flop these guys and create a new target 1 at 58.29. Otherwise, the rest looks good. Moving on to the micro Nasdaq, we took out both target 1 and target 2 to the short side. And again, nice recovery today. I'm just going to leave those there for your high side targets. This guy can come down here. This one can cruise down to this lower point here, and we'll see what happens as we go into next week. Let's look at the Russell. Okay, similar situation on this one. We took out both short targets. So congrats if you happened to grab those trades. So let's move these. This one will go here. This one we'll just kind of stair step this down. So here, and then obviously way down here, and then of course here and here would be your further targets should it turn itself around and go down. For the high side, let's just scooch that up and that looks good. Micro Bitcoin, I like when this happens. We've talked about this in the past when support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. These things flip flop. And once you start seeing that, you're like, ah, cool. Yeah, it happened again. So what we did was we cruised through target 1 to the short side, target 2 to the short side, then came back up. And then this actually ended up working as resistance to the high side today. So you could have made money either way on this thing, which I always love when that happens. So let's do this. Let's bring this down here. We'll make target 2 to the short side down here, but now that we are above the cloud, all we need to do is get above this turning line, and then we would be looking toward this area around 67,000. So let's actually use that turning line as target 1, and then way up top here for target 2. Moving on to micro ETH. Okay, we got way below in this case. So we totally took out our shorts, but we couldn't get anything else going from there. So we'll call that good. We'll flip-flop these guys, make it a little bit easier. Let's use that turning line again. And then I'll bring this guy down a little bit. We'll call that good. And gold consolidating. Also, you can see it's just kind of stuck in this channel that I created last week. I haven't moved it since. So let's just move that down a scotch. Those are good and those are good. So basically keep that the same. Silver had just a wild day today. Look at the wicks on that thing. So we did take out target 1 to the high side. A couple days ago, we took out, well, a few times this week, we took out target 1 to the low side. So once again, you could have made money either way. On some of these, they're just so volatile that like kind of just, 50-50 flip a coin and you might just get lucky. Now, obviously, I'm not suggesting you do that. There is some skill involved here, but we're going to fence this thing in based on its wicks, and then we'll use this as target 2 up here. I just want to move this up a little bit. All right, cool. We'll see which way it goes next week. And copper, this was a wild spike up here. We took out both of those high side targets, but couldn't sustain it. Ended up red on that day. What day was that? The 30th. And didn't really do a whole lot since then. Okay, so let's do this. This will be target 1. We'll use that top of the spike as target 2. As for the low side, let's do that. And there. Finally wrapping up with a little micro crude. It had a wild week as well with all the geopolitical stuff that is going on. So we were down here last week and then big range day here and here. And then today peaked above the daily cloud, couldn't sustain it, fell back into the cloud, but we did still end green. You can see where it stopped. That point of support was the exact bottom of the cloud. This is why we use these indicators because it definitely helps in figuring out that's not I'm moving the wrong lines here. All right, that's going to be target 1. We'll just use the top of that and then step up here. Of course, number 3 would be around this area, 77.7-ish. Then let's bring this way up and let's move this down to that little spike area. All right, cool. That is it for the week. I hope that October started out well for you. Hope you have a great weekend. Looking forward to talking to you again on Monday. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.